from Jim Bradford at Celtic Park, where it's Celtic against Falkirk in the SPL. By their own admission, Celtic are yet to hit top gear this season, but nevertheless, they came within 10 minutes of making it 2 wins from 2 last week, and they splashed the cash this week to further strengthen the squad. An injury to Gary Caldwell means Glenn Loovens is thrown straight into the starting lineup just days after the Dutchman completed his £2.5 million move from Cardiff. Loovens is one of 2 changes to the side that drew at Dundee United. The other player returning is Georgios Samaras, who replaces Scott McDonald, last season's leading scorer, who's out with a groin strain and is expected to miss the start of the Champions League campaign. Boruc caught in controversy after allegedly breaking a curfew imposed by his international manager during the week, but his place today was never in question. Lee Naylor's continued absence allows Mark Wilson to make his 50th appearance for the club, and yesterday signing Sean Maloney is on the bench. Falkirk without 14 first-team squad members, the latest victim being 40-year-old Russell Latterby. So 20-year-old striker Mark Stewart makes his full-bench debut today. And there's a return to Celtic Park for Jackie McNamara, who won 10 honours in his 10 years here. Michael Higdon, who scored twice in the defeat at Hibs last week, will play through the middle of a 3-man forward line. Ian Bryans ended up taking charge of the last half hour of Celtic's last game because of injury to another referee. Today he hopes he'll get 90 minutes. It's a grand old team to play for. Yes, it's a grand old team to be had. When we read its history, it's a long time since Falkirk had won at Celtic Park in the league. Celtic buoyed by the news that earlier today Rangers dropped points for the first time this season at Pittodrie against Aberdeen, and as a consequence Celtic win today. They will move level with Rangers again on 7 points from their opening 3 games. Here's Paul Hartley, who sat out Scotland's game in the week because of injury, but he's fit enough to play today. Now McManus, who captained the Scottish side. Veligor of Hesselink turning it onto his left foot, just possibly caught in 2 minds. He had Samaras at the far post, perhaps went for the shot and couldn't test the Lejnik. Lovely ball over the top to find in. Bullen had played him onside. He worked it onto his left foot but couldn't hit the target. Here's Darren Barr. He became Scotland's first Falkirk player to be an international for nearly 50 years in the week. Made his international debut as a second-half substitute at Hampden. Afjes, the Dutchman, to Arfield. Paddy Craig, and he's won the free kick. Scott Brown going shoulder to shoulder with him, but it will be a Falkirk set piece, their first of the game. McNamara. Higdon got his head to it but couldn't steer it towards a teammate. Nakamura. Falkirk made 8 signings over the summer. It's a good job that they did. The injury crisis has reached new extremes, the worst of John Hughes' managerial career, with 14 players missing from the starting lineup. Some of the long-term casualties are working their way back to fitness. Shinsuke Nakamura, former player of the year. Half of his goals for Celtic have come direct from free kicks. Manus. That was a poor ball out. Stewart's trying to get there, and his first touch just a little bit too heavy. Just caught out of Boruc. And a rare mistake by Stephen McManus, mightily relieved that Mark Stewart couldn't make the most of the opening. Vennegoor of Hesselink foul. Hartley's free kick to Hinkle. Nakamura. Samaras. Nakamura with a lovely turn. Ball into a tantalising area. Allegedly with a strong right hand managed to beat them away from danger. Wilson for McGeady. Falkirk managed to extricate themselves from a dangerous area down by the corner flag, but they could have been 1-0 down inside the opening 4 minutes. Hartley. Leuven's able to guide it safely back to Arda Boric. Vennegoor of Hesselink the target. Darren Barr climbing with him. Lejnik has made one vital save already. Leuven's beaten in the air by Michael Higdon. Here's McManus. Boric's long ball forward. And Barr just guiding it down for Jackie McNamara. Lejnik just about got it away. And free kick eventually stops play. Paul Hartley just picking up a knock. And what a good save this was from Robert Lejnik. Nakamura with a lovely touch, and it was a ball into a really dangerous area. Vennegoor of Hesselink was amongst the Celtic players following up. The Austrian with a vital touch just to beat the ball away from danger. Jackie McNamara, who won 4 league titles in his time here at Celtic. Of course, the son of another former Celtic player, Jackie Senior. Strange for him getting his bearings back here at Celtic Park, but going into the away dressing room today. Here's Paddy Craig, who's making his 100th Falkirk appearance this afternoon. Now McBride also reaches 100, the 100th of his senior career. Appiah's the Dutchman. Mark Stewart. And the 20-year-old's done well. Arfield. Worked wide by McBride. Higdon. Well to shield it. John Stewart in the centre for him. Pull back for McBride. McNamara has got time to measure the cross, and he ends up winning the first corner of the game. They are imposing from set pieces. Michael Higdon amongst those, waiting for the delivery on the edge of the penalty area. John Stewart's there as well, so too Darren Barr and Lee Bullen. It's Arfield's delivery, flicked on innocuously in the end of the near post by Appiah for a goal kick. McNamara. Manager John Hughes is another former Celtic man returning today. He's currently in the middle of a touchline ban. Found guilty of using abusive language against St Mirren last season. And this is the 5th of the 6 games that he has to watch from a loftier vantage point than he'd like. He's actually still Falkirk's record sale when he joined Celtic for £380,000 back in the mid-90s. Helped on intelligently. Venegor of Hesselink to Samaras, and out wide for Aidan McGeady. Craig's header sees the bomb by Hinkle. Shunsuke Nakamura. Another good ball, but he managed to bisect the gap between Samaras and McGeady. Kevin McBride conceding first corner to Celtic. Luvens has made his way forward here. Paul Hartley will fire it in. Plenty of whip, plenty of power, and too much pace. Paul Hartley scored his first SPL goal for Celtic last week at Dundee United. The second that he's got in over 50 games for the club. His arrival here at Celtic Park has seen him take up a much more deep-lying midfield position. Luvens renewing his acquaintance with Higdon. No way through for Mark Stewart. Here's Brown. Samaras, Hartley. McGeady brought it down beautifully. McNamara can only divert it wide for Wilson. Blocked eventually by Darren Barr, who took a heavy fall and is still down. There's McGeady. Wilson for Samaras. Hinkle. Nakamura finding space. Arfield just backing off him. He's turned it intelligently wide for Scott Brown, and they're queuing up in the centre, but he's missed them all. Had time to get the cross right there, Scott Brown. Venegor of Hesselink had made his way forward, an intelligent run towards the near post, but Brown's cross too deep. John Stewart. Mark Stewart chased, but just ran out of room. Gordon Strachan has said that his side haven't been playing quite as well as he would have hoped. They beat St Mirren in the first game of the season here on Flag Day, but it was an unconvincing performance. Had that little bit of luck with a penalty that didn't go their way last week at Dundee United, although Gordon Strachan didn't see it quite like that. Bullen's clearance out of play for a throw. From McManus, it's a great ball as well. Samaras unlucky. It looked as though he managed to bring it down into his stride, but the touch off his left foot just a little bit too heavy. Did well to isolate Bullen, but just couldn't get it under control. Samaras would have been offside if he'd gone for that. Responsibility on the shoulders of Jan Venegor of Hesselink now that Scott McDonald's injured for a few weeks. Got 20 last season, the big Dutchman. McManus in the way of John Stewart's shot. Arfield for Appius. Bullen, another one of Falkirk's summer signings. Down by McBride. McNamara forward for John Stewart to chase. Stephen McManus Captain Scotland against Northern Ireland on Wednesday. He's missed only one of the last 60-odd Celtic appearances. He really has become the bedrock of this Celtic team. Still only 25. I imagine it could be a permanent fixture here for 10 years. John Stewart coming to meet him, hoping that today will bring him his first goal for Falkirk. Celtic again looking long and finding strikers in offside positions. Big day for Mark Stewart, just 20 years of age. He had a very impressive loan spell at Stranraer last season. Today, Mark Stewart making his first senior appearance in the starting lineup for Falkirk. Here's Arfield. Samaras, and the flag was up again. Samaras making his first start of the season today because of McDonald's injury and forced absence. Generally, his best work for Celtic has come with him arriving late off the bench. A commanding header from Lubens, but he couldn't find Nakamura. It's a nice touch from Higden. Arfield went for goal. No, Boric had it covered. Well, this was all about the touch from Michael Higden. Lovely little flick back inside for Scott Arfield. Likes to push forward from midfield. Michael Higden showing there's more to his game than merely scoring goals. Joined the top scorer in the SPL with 2 in his first 2 games. Not a bad return though for Higden. He only scored 8 goals in the entirety of last year when he was joint top scorer with Pedro Matinho. It's Higden again, putting Lubens under pressure. Mark Stewart. Arfield. John Stewart. Worked wide by McBride for McNamara. Here's Pat Craig. And John Stewart's onside. Michael Stewart in the centre. Arfield waiting for the pullback. He went for glory himself. Arfield forces a good save out of Boric. And Celtic survived their first nervy moment of the afternoon. Here's McNamara. Obvious. Craig. Higden. Arfield. And he misses the target again. But Arda Boric berating his defenders, and you can understand why. They pushed out playing a high line, but it looked as though Lubens and Hinkle both played John Stewart onside. And it came back out. Arfield shot. Well saved by Arda Boric. He's had another eventful week, Boric. Forced into a good save from Scott Arfield. Here's Brown. Hartley. Hinkle. Now Craig. Wide from McNamara for Stewart. You have to go back to 1994 for Falkirk's last league win in Glasgow against Celtic. That actually, a game that was played at Hampden Park while this magnificent stadium was being redeveloped. Mark Stewart's ball in. Hayden, it wouldn't have counted, the flag was up against him, but he snuck in behind Louvens. Couldn't beat Boruc from close range, but it wouldn't have counted. Foul by Craig on Brown. Past Arfield, Pat Craig, the midfield enforcer, making sure that Brown didn't get past him as well. Ledsnick's made one important stop already. It's the first Shunsuke Nakamura free kick he's had to deal with. Only two in the wall. We go for goal. Gone for finesse instead, towards Venegor of Hesselink, who tried to guard it back for Louvens, and Craig can volley clear. Seen too much of Aidan McGeady so far, but he needs a moment to completely transform a game. Not on that occasion as McNamara stood firm. Scored a hat-trick in this fixture last year, Aidan McGeady. Comes into this one having failed to score in 21 games, which I think is the longest barren streak of his career. Scott Brown. Forward from Louvens. Wilson. And they still never scored for Celtic, Mark Wilson. Did well to turn inside Kevin McBride. The angle prohibitive, and Lechnik could make a comfortable save. Michael Higdon did well in his time at Crewe, but has found a more prolific nature in his time in Scotland. He was unlucky here to draw an offside flag as the ball swung in. It was a very close call. McNamara. Mafias. Celtic yet to really get going. Falkirk's industrious style just making life a little bit difficult for them. They do have the reputation of being a really good footballing outfit, Falkirk, and we've seen plenty of evidence of that in the final third and the early stages. It's a young side, but Lee Bullen certainly has added that little bit of experience and steadfastness at the back. Here's McBride to Craig. Wide for Mark Stewart. Hinkle. Samrat's making the run forward. Venegor of Hesselink has found him. Darren Barr made sure that he didn't let the former Manchester City man past him, and in the end it's a Falkirk throw. Brown. Wilson. Mara committed himself. Stewart got it back to Olejnik. Little back heel. Flip from Nakamura. This is Brown. Well, he allowed it to run for Wilson. Coming into a more central position now to try and exert a greater influence on the game. Wilson. Won by Bullen. Bride's long ball forward. Lugan's flicking it away from Michael Heaton. Conceded only 7 goals in the last 20 league games here. Defensively, particularly at home, Celtic extraordinarily sound. They've had a few scares in the first half of the first half here. Nakamura. Venegor of Hesselink. Cut out by Barr. And Olejnik didn't want to take a chance. I think he thought about picking it up. Didn't know whether it would be deemed to be a deliberate back pass. And in the end, all he could do was toe poke him with his weaker foot out of play. Cheap throw for Celtic then. Venegor of Hesselink. Bullen dived in and won the ball cleanly. It's a goal kick. That was a nervy moment for Olejnik. Caught in two minds here. Barr did well, just cut out the ball forward. Can he pick it up? Thought about it. Under pressure. It really was a stray shot. And Scott McDonald's groin injuries kept him out of the starting lineup, and his erstwhile strike partner Jan Venegor of Hesselink is also in pain here. It was Lee Bullen that dived in to win it back, and he just caught Venegor of Hesselink's ankle. Won the ball cleanly enough, Lee Bullen. He took the man as well. Source of great concern for Gordon Strachan. Will be frustrated. In fact, the side haven't created too many clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities so far. But this will be an even greater worry for him. Particularly as it's not long until the Champions League starts in earnest. Malice from Lee Bullen. The ball was there to be won. Venegor of Hesselink hurt as a result of his admirably going in for it. Well, the new boy could be getting a much longer run out than he was anticipating. Gordon Strachan lost one striker to injury. Now it seems as though another one is going to go within the opening half hour. It's only 3.5 weeks to the Champions League starts. The Celtic fans will be deeply concerned by this. And of course next week, first all-firm clash of the season, and Celtic may well be going into that without either of their first-choice strikers. Let's hope that that isn't as serious as it looks for Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. Injury curse seems to have struck, and a good job Sean Maloney signed yesterday. And Celtic fans will see a new striking partnership for the remaining hour today, and maybe for the few weeks to come. It's going to be Maloney and Samaras up front. Back after 18 months away, Sean Maloney, a firm favourite in his first spell, hoping to end a long Celtic goal drought. He failed to score in his last 15 games for the club, but he's back at Celtic Park, his spiritual home. And he partners Georgios Samaras up front after the injury to Vennegoor of Hesselink. There's Maloney straight away, he's found Samaras. Nakamura. It was telegraphed somewhat, and Craig read it. Hinkle. Nakamura. Here is Maloney running the channels very intelligently. He's dispossessed Afius and won the free kick. Mo's a firm favourite in his first spell. His contract was running down and he left for $1 million. Celtic have had to pay $2.5 million to bring him back to Glasgow. And after 18 months away, he's made no secret of the fact that he's delighted to be back. A chance to play regular first team football again. He's struggling to make an impression in Birmingham. Nakamura's in, swinging delivery. It's a brilliant goal. Stephen McManus with a breakthrough for Celtic. An afternoon that threatened not to go Celtic's way. The injury to Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink hasn't put them out of their stride, and the captain gives them the lead before half-time. Lovely delivery as expected by Nakamura. And off, possibly the shoulder of McManus. Well, I say shoulder, might it have been the arm? It counts, and that's all that matters for Celtic. Stephen McManus giving them the lead with his first goal of the season. Well, it's already been a season of controversial refereeing decisions. It wouldn't be the first goal that has hit the hand of a player to have gone in this season to have counted. It happened on the opening weekend when Hamilton played Dundee United. I just wonder exactly the legitimacy of that Stephen McManus goal. He came to meet it, it flicked off. Was it his shoulder? Was it his arm? Well, it seemed to be his arm. No, I don't think that should have counted. All happened very quickly. Ian Brines gave it. And Celtic lead by a goal to nil. Well, this one will be debated, I have no doubt. It's a decision which, certainly from that angle, looks a fortuitous one for Celtic. Hartley. The prognosis from the touchline is that Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink has a gash on his ankle. And that might be good news as far as Celtic are concerned. It would indicate that it's probably a more superficial wound rather than a ligament problem. Samaras. Another free kick to Celtic. They were looking to take it quickly, but Hartley just using his experience to calm things down and allow the centre-halves to make their way forward again. Hartley waved Nakamura away. He's going to take control of this one. In from Hartley and away comprehensively by Michael Higdon. Brown. Dragging strongly on Scott Brown. Malice, the goal scorer. Matthews. Arfield to Craig. Just a simmering little battle between Craig and Brown. McBride. His first touch allowed Hartley to feed McGeady. It's a nice ball from the Irishman. And here's Aidan McGeady coming forward again. Maloney in the centre. Still Aidan McGeady. Might not need anybody else. Wilson. It's too deep when it eventually does get fired in towards the 6-yard box by Aidan McGeady. Brown. Nakamura. Just a few murmurs from some of the Celtic fans. It was pretty agricultural from their captain. It's not going too much in the air, Sean Maloney. Higdon. Good attempt. Good save. Just had that little bit of time to be able to bring it down onto his favoured right foot, Michael Higdon. Hit it with phenomenal power. And Boris did well to beat it away. Scott Arfield's corner. Leuven's doing well to clear. Forward again, way by Hinkle, only as far as Stewart. One back by Brown. And Celtic can smuggle it clear. Appeals for handball. And the referee didn't spot it. That'll be a goal kick. Well, Michael Higdon has had a very good start to the season, and this was a wonderful attempt. He tried to, after the 2 goals he scored at Hibs last week. Brown. Away by Barr. Sent off on his last trip to Celtic Park. McNamara. McBride, former Celtic trainee. Better places for him to play the 100th game of his senior career today. It's been around a bit since he left Celtic mind. Motherwell and Darlington. Before coming back north to Falkirk. And here's Nakamura. And the long ball forward from McManus to try and turn the back line. Here's McGeady seizing upon McNamara's clearance, and he's beaten Jackie McNamara. Chipped across from Maloney. Couldn't mark his debut with a goal. It hit Lee Bullen. I don't know how much he knew about it, but it is only a corner. McGeady, the architect, did so well. Maloney found space, and Bullen happened to be in the right place. Wilson. Bar at full stretch to stop the ball reaching Samaras. Pressurised by Mark Stewart. Chasing in behind Lubens, who's had a steady first 45 minutes in a Celtic shirt. Vital stop by the veteran at the heart of the Falkirk defence. Fouling Hartley. Strachan still not happy. He's not going to be able to beat Bullen too many times in the air. Certainly not with a delivery like that. Nakamura. It's a better ball in this time from Hinkle. Hartley. Nakamura. Maloney had supplied a little bit of width. He used him as the decoy. McGeady to Brown, to Wilson, and McNamara dealt with it very well. One time by Jackie McNamara. There's John Stewart. Fouled by Brown. Stewart, who played in the cup final last year when he was on loan at Queen of the South. Hartley, Darren Barr had time to measure the clearance. Hinkle, Nakamura, Samaras, McBride, John Stewart, fouled by Scott Brown. Seemed to be a pretty clear-cut decision. Maloney. And still Sean Maloney's a lovely through ball for Georgios Samaras. 2-0. A new striker partnership for the Celtic injuries. And they've combined so beautifully to give Celtic a second goal. Intelligent play by Maloney, the quality of pass quite superb. Appius tried to play Samaras offside and failed, and the finish was a formality. Kept his head, took it round Alejnik, and Celtic lead by 2-0, no doubt about that one. Quality play by Maloney. And he's made a real impression within 15 minutes of being back in a Celtic shirt. Sean Maloney, the architect. And Celtic leading by 2-0.
The referee has added 2 additional minutes of
goal coming in the final minute of the regulation 45. 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Here's Maloney. Foul by Craig. And Celtic with a free kick in a similar position to that brought them the first goal. And he's been really dangerous since he's come on, Sean Maloney. Nakamura, will he go for goal? Gets into a dangerous area, and Samaras with a good touch, but he just couldn't quite keep it down. Lovely shape on the delivery from the Japanese star. He got there ahead of Darren Barr, but couldn't get his effort under the bar. Higdon. Appius. Stewart trying to turn past Hinkle. Now Higdon. Can he benefit from that good work by Mark Stewart? Craig. Away by McManus, who took responsibility. John Stewart. Clearance by Hartley. Back out for Appius. Good attempt. Well, Jared Appius has only scored 3 goals in his career. Well, that really was a blistering strike as he trying to get Falkirk back in touch before the break. Barely time to take this corner. It's Arfield's delivery. Deep one, intended for Bullen. And that is the last action of the first half, in which Celtic have taken a 2-0 lead. Steve McManus with a controversial opener. It did seem to hit his arm rather than his shoulder to give Celtic the lead, but no doubt about the second goal scored by Georgios Samaras, only in the starting lineup because of an injury to Scott McDonald. Well, Jan Vannegar of Hesselink had gone off with a damaged ankle. That had brought about Sean Maloney's introduction. He won the free kick that led to that controversial opening goal for Celtic. And Maloney heavily involved in the second as well. A lovely through ball for Samaras. He beat Alejnik to make it 2-0. Ian Brimes certainly won't be too pleased when he sees the replays of the first goal. It'll do indicate that it shouldn't have counted. But at half-time here at Celtic Park, it's Celtic 2, Falkirk 0.
These are the taste buddies. They can't get enough of Robinson's fruit squash. And because it doesn't contain any artificial colours or flavours, it's easy to see why. Raise them on Robinson's.
Okay, let's
Morning.
Date went well then.
She's stolen all my stuff.
Of course, have you had a Barclay card? All your fancy gadgets could have been insured.
Barclay card.
Laptop,
Barclay
phone.
card. Get me out of these!
new camera.
My camera.
It's all right, mate. I've still got mine.
Don't! No, don't. Don't.
Come on.
Don't.
Yes.
Don't.
Lovely. There
No,
you go.
get off! Oh, fresh towels.
Apply online for 6 months free gadget insurance.
Oi, that's her! Oi! Oi! Oi!
Just arrived, love. No, I can't quite see the pyramids. I'm in Jordan. Chicago's great.
BMI now fly to over 40 business destinations worldwide.
The Kremlin. I'm looking at it now.
But we also fly you back again. Enjoy some My Time with BMI.
So Falkirk with work to do as the sides reconvene for the second half, but the 2-0 scoreline certainly flatters Celtic. And Falkirk haven't done too much wrong, beaten by one wonderful move and one goal that probably shouldn't have stood. Helped by Higdon. Hinkle trying to turn it away from Stewart. Samaras timing his jump well against Bullen. John Stewart. Maloney. Oh, poor touch by Craig. Maloney almost embarrassed him. McNamara's lost out to Scott Brown. Here's Sean Maloney. Nakamura. Brown. Knew that he had McGeady behind him. Couldn't get the back heel to him, and then Nakamura has sold Wilson short. And a play from John Stewart. Falkirk at the moment staring down the barrel of the third consecutive defeat at the start of this season, and yet all their injury problems, they have been playing some good stuff. Maloney. McGeady. Stewart was in late there on Hinkle, and that could be the first yellow card of the game. Nothing more than a rash challenge from the forward. Mark Stewart is cautioned. Six forward as Nakamura bends it in, and McManus found himself on the floor as he tried to make a run towards the flight of the ball. Stewart. Or the back pass. Just had John Stewart's eyes lining up for a moment. Hinkle did get it back to Boric. They must be wondering who he's upset. John Hughes, he's got hardly any ammunition on the bench to call upon. In fact, the oldest of his 7 substitutes today is 22. Positives for Falkirk, but Celtic in comfortable control, certainly in terms of the scoreline. Boric has had to make 2 or 3 decent saves. Luvens. And Higdon just had a little kick out at him. I think he felt as though Luvens hadn't got the ball within playing distance and he was being obstructed, Michael Higdon, but he didn't half show his frustration there. Ill-advised, that close to the referee. Arfield. And he wins the free kick. Taken quickly by McBride. Afias. Higdon couldn't get in there. John Stewart did, but couldn't get any power in it. Probably Falkirk's best chance of the game so far. Here's Hartley. McGeady. Good play by Wilson. Put himself past Stewart. Maloney. McGeady. Now Wilson in again. And Sean Maloney. Falkirk just getting the challenges in the nick of time. Away by McNamara for Higdon. Got good upper body strength, Michael Higdon, and he did well to hold off McManus. McBride. Bar climbing with Maloney. Crossfield ball easily cut out. Back for Craig. Now Bullen. Barr. Given away to Nakamura. And it's 3 against 3 for a moment. Nakamura's ball forward. Left quite a bit to be desired. By his own high standards, he would have expected to be able to hit Samaras. Yes. Luvens. McBride. McNamara for Higdon. John Stewart. Mark Stewart at the far post, guiding it down towards Arfield. Luvens in there again. Afias. Craig. Good stuff again from the visitors. Can't find a way through. McNamara. In from Craig. That's been a ball for Mark Stewart. Tried to get it on the right-footed volley. And Hinkle went with him and did enough to put him off his stride. Samaras has gone down, holding his ankle. In a 24-hour spell when they've lost McDonald and Benegor Fesseling. The last thing they need is Samaras to be injured as well. Striker not happy at the amount of possession that has been surrendered to Falkirk inside the Celtic half. Could have been a different story had John Stewart scored from that chance. The 2-goal lead remains intact. It was a poor free kick from Wilson. McBride. Mathias. McGeady. Maloney, it's a great run forward, he's onside. Sean Maloney just couldn't mark his Celtic come back with a goal. Timed his run quite superbly. Hayden McGeady playing him in. And Maloney so close to the goal. Must have been a debatable decision, but he was onside. Beat Lejnik, but he couldn't beat the post. Now card's been shown to Scott Brown, and the referee has just pointed to an area of the field where an earlier challenge was made. And Brown picking up the yellow card. Here's Maloney. Here's Brown. McGeady. We've got to get it in. Maloney's got good spring for a man who's only 5'7". Matthews with a long ball fall for Higdon, who is so adept at playing with his back to the direction of play. And Jackie McNamara brought down. Free kick taken quickly as Samaras then has brought Craig down. Higdon. Craig for Arfield. Space to turn, and he's found Mark Stewart. Stewart trying to get himself into a shooting position, but Leuven shuffled him sideways, and McManus clear. Arfield. McBride tries his luck. Boric had it covered. Well, this is why Scott Brown picked up the yellow card. It was a challenge in the midfield on Pat Craig. That earned him the yellow card. And it's been a simmering battle since about the 20-minute mark. Scott Brown against Pat Craig. Brown joining Falkirk's Mark Stewart in the book. Nice touch by Hartley. A minimum of fuss as always. Samaras. That was Craig that was having a little chip at him, and he's going to be spoken to by the referee in a moment as well, I think. Here's Brown. Fellow Baratheus, play goes on. Maloney, Nakamura, Hartley. Wilson and McGeady to his left. This is Aidan McGeady. And still McGeady. Slightly unorthodox by Arfield to get it away. A poor attempt by Wilson. And Ian Bryan's just calming Pat Craig down. Boos and whistles because the yellow card wasn't produced. He's had a little tug at Maloney there and did his best to stop Samaras as well. Higdon again holding it up and winning the free kick from McManus, who was furious with the decision. Bullen's forward. Darren Barr is there as well. Michael Higdon may well be the target. It's in towards him. Leuven stood firm and wins the free kick. That's been a more than able deputy for Gary Caldwell this afternoon. Glenn Leuven's on his Celtic debut. He's got the experience of just short of 200 first-team games in his career. Started at Feyenoord. Here's Maloney. And just breezed past McBride. And Samaras just went a little bit too early for Maloney's pass. Mark Stewart. A little bit of space for Arfield. Higdon. Mark Stewart. Straight at Boric. Another good Falkirk move without an end product. Higdon doing well. Mark Stewart, who has scored in his first team career for the Bands, couldn't beat Boric. Plenty will be going through Gordon Strachan's mind, not least from an injury perspective. He'll be pleased with the scoreline, but again, I would imagine that he'll have seen plenty that he feels can be improved upon in terms of the performance. Miscue by McBride, picked up by Samaras and McGeady. Maloney with another lovely touch for Samaras! Straight to Lejnik. There's a big imposing physical presence, the Austrian goalkeeper, and he needed to be there. But Maloney has shown some wonderful touches. Samaras the beneficiary of the vast majority of them. McManus, Samaras, Maloney let it run. McManus getting it away. Wide from Lee Bullen. Afias, good crossfield ball. John Stewart. Waiting for a little bit of support to arrive. He's found it in the form of McBride. Hartley forces him wide. That's brilliant defending from Paul Hartley. Sean Maloney looks as though he's never been away. Robert Olejnik forced to make another good save. McGeady for Maloney, a delightful touch for him. Samaras hit it straight down the throat of Robert Olejnik. It's like he's never been away. McManus, and still McManus, and still McManus. Well, that was a little bit too easy. He couldn't score his second of the game, but he managed to stride forward imperiously from halfway. And couldn't beat Leishnick from 25 yards. Higdon. Craig. Mark Stewart trying to get in there, and it ricocheted back off him in the end. There was more clever play by Michael Higdon. Just took Leuven's out of it and allowed the ball to drop for Mark Stewart. The defensive clearance hit him and went out of play. He's had a good game today, Michael Higdon. Barr. Falkirk gave Rangers a big fright on the opening day of the season, missing a penalty. Ended up going down 1-0. Some injudicious defending cost them last week at Hibs. They lost by the odd goal in 5, and they played well today. But Celtic going to find it easier pushing forward now. Here's Wilson. Nakamura. Brown. Gady involved more centrally now, was fouled by Arfield. Brown. Wilson for Maloney. Well, he deserves a goal. Always there with a little trick, Sean Maloney. Turn inside. Able to beat Leishnick at his near post. Arfield. Namagidi. Falkirk defence beginning to look a little bit leg weary in the face of this pressure. Samaras. Hartley. Maloney for Samaras. Back to Sean Maloney, a lovely touch for Samaras. Straight through the goalkeeper, but it was a move that deserved the goal. A strike partnership very much in its infancy, but one that could yield some significant reward for Celtic this season. What a touch from Maloney to find Samaras. Lovely ball from Samaras, but that is just delicious. And Alejnik, who's had a good game, didn't deserve to be beaten by that. Nevertheless, the move was sensational, and he deserved the goal. Sean Maloney has been irrepressible, and now twice Samaras has been the beneficiary. 2 for Samaras, 3 for Celtic, and Sean Maloney is back in the famous hoops. Craig. John Stewart. McNamara. Good loud shout from Boric, heeded by Stephen McManus. Well, Gordon Strachan has certainly seen his side's best attacking football of the season so far. He's a manager that likes to keep a settled side whenever he can. He's certainly going to be forced to play Samaras and Maloney up front for maybe a few weeks now because of injuries to McDonald and Venegor of Hesseling. It certainly looks as though its partnership could be very profitable. Samaras. McGeady. Lechnik caught underneath it. And Athias saying he didn't get a shout. He's able to bring it away. Got that by Hinkle. McGeady. Space for Nakamura. Celtic are rampant now. Brown. Barr stopping the run from a Scotland teammate. Misplaced ball from Higdon. Hinkle. Couldn't work the angle for Samaras' run down the inside right channel, and Athias can bring it away for Falkirk. 2 home games to come after today. Inverness and Hearts going to the Falkirk Stadium. Celtic, of course, at home next weekend as well. The first Old Firm derby of the season, which the 2 sides will go into on 7 points from a possible 9. Paul Hartley. Maloney waiting between the 2 centre halves, and he's threaded it through to him. Not too far away. Clever play by Hartley, bringing it forward and waiting for the run. Beat the goalkeeper, but just put it wide.
Substitution for Celtic to clear off is number 8, Scott Brown.
Well, Maloney's second debut has been inspirational. And here's another debut. Mark Crozas coming on to replace Scott Brown in the Celtic midfield. Crozas, who signed from Barcelona for an initial 400,000. And the 2-goal hero, Georgios Samaras, makes way as well. And he's replaced by Chris Killen. Killen hoping that today will be the day that he adds to his solitary Celtic goal. Bar's headed out. Here's McBride. Into a dangerous area, but Stewart's header easily dealt with by Boric. Held up towards the far post, and Henkel beaten easily in the air by Mark Stewart. Avias. Nakamura. Trozas. Hartley. McGeady. Darren Barr's header away. Trozas. Trying to turn past Arfield. Here's McManus bringing it forward again. Maloney bustling, and Killen trying to get in. And he's won a corner. Killen waiting for Paul Hartley's delivery. This is Celtic's first corner of the second half. McManus and Leuven's both in there. The referee spotted a push. It was Leuven's that made a back for one of the Falkirk defenders. It wouldn't have counted. Yes. Trozas. Stumble by Hinkle. Mark Stewart trying to capitalise on that. Still Falkirk haven't made any changes. It's largely due to the complete inexperience of the guys on the bench. Too much that John Hughes can do to improve it. Maloney fouled by McNamara, and that might be a yellow card for the veteran defender. And Bryans lets McNamara off just with a word. Catching Sean Malone as he turned back inside his former teammate. Georgios Samaras back amongst the goals today, and the second was the 50th senior goal of his career. There's a push by John Stewart. Killen. And that's a corner. Lubens and McManus, the two centre-halves, both making runs towards the back post. He's attacked by Higden and Buller. Nice header. Might break with Wilson here. Crozas. Maloney. Mark Crozas, who seems a bargain buy at just £400,000. There's a lovely ball there from him. Great range of passing from the former Barcelona and Lyon player. Nakamura, he's done brilliantly as well. Tantalising Avias and beating him a second time. But McGeady couldn't get there in time. This is what Shunsuke Nakamura is all about. After he's beaten there, as it looked as though he'd recovered, beaten a second time. Brilliant play from Shunsuke Nakamura. One of the darlings of the Celtic fans. He's been a little bit inconsistent, but he's on form, he really is on form. Fouled by Craig. He's got to be careful, Pat Craig. Let's see. Second or third challenge he's put in. Yellow card for persistent infringement, can't be too far away, and he cut one full in the face there from McGeady. Nakamura. Killen. Striding forward from defence, hoop shirts all around him. And it looked as though Wilson had played the ball cleanly. And here's a Falkirk free kick. And Wilson very vehement in his complaints, and this was why they clearly played the ball. McBride's free kick. Guided down by Higden, hoping that somebody would be there to convert the chance. In the end, it might lead to a quick Celtic counter-attack here with McGeady. And now Maloney. And McNamara with two challenges, but he could only find Crozas, who's quick to supply McGeady. Trying to run the long way round McBride. He went down in the penalty area, but even though McBride looked round at the referee to make sure there wasn't a penalty, that was the decision. Crozas. Falkirk are poised to make a treble substitution, just in the bid to give some first team action to some of the fringe members of the squad. Here's Wilson. Nakamura. McGeady. Injection of pace. Still Aidan McGeady. Well, triple change is going to be made now by Falkirk. The introduction of Chris Mitchell, Dane Robertson and Scott Gibb. And for Gibb, it's a SPL debut.
Substitutions for Falkirk, players coming on. 22, Chris Mitchell.
And he'll be the first player to come on. Northern Ireland under-20 international defender who was on loan at East Stirlingshire last year. Chris Mitchell is on as well. Mark Stewart, another of the players going off. And Dane Robertson comes on to replace him. There's also a Falkirk debut for Dermot McCaffrey. There is Dane Robertson. And there's Craig's yellow card. Has been in the post for a while. Craig joining his team at Mark Stewart in the book. His long ball forward. Killen doing well to take it past Bullen. And Chris Killen! Maloney! Good double save from Alejnik. That was a really good chance for Chris Killen, who beat Lee Bullen with his good upper body strength. That's a good save from Alejnik. The second one even better from Maloney. He's made some important stops. It could have been worse, although he was clearly to blame for Celtic's third goal. Maloney. Vital stop. As well defended by McCaffrey. The youngster on his debut, having, aside from Hibbs in the summer, there is Dermot McCaffrey, Northern Ireland under-21 international. Forward from Bullen. McGeady. Oh, lovely. And great awareness as well from Maloney of what was around him. Crozas. Another lovely through ball, just too long for Killen. Crozas' distribution from a deep line midfield position really is exemplary. What a bargain he could prove to be. And he's done well to win it back here. Maloney. McGeady for Mark Crozas. Hartley for Lubens. Crozas again looking for the defence splitting ball. Paul Hartley of all people found himself as the furthest advanced of the Celtic players there, chasing it. Nakamura. Crozas. McManus. Fourth official confirming 2 minutes to be added on. 2 minutes for Celtic to look for goal number 4. And what has been their best display of the season so far. Nakamura. McGeady. Ball in from Hinkle. Cleared along by Lejnik. Higdon looked across the line to make sure that he was onside. Boric was able to deal with it with the utmost calm. Wilson taking on Jackie McNamara and winning a late corner here.
The Carling Man of the Match award today selected by the supporters has been won by Sean Maloney.
Man of the match performance from Sean Maloney on his return to Celtic. He has been quite magnificent. Manus amongst the goals as well, and he makes his way forward as Celtic look for number 4 in stoppage time. Nakamura. McGeady and Wilson, really close. He's making his 50th appearance for Celtic today, and he's never scored for the club. I don't remember him ever coming as close as that. Plenty of action on the ball and nearly in the top right-hand corner. Sean Maloney's back at Celtic, and he's back with a bang. Not on the score sheet today, but he had a hand in all 3 goals as Celtic continue their 100% start to the season at home with a 3-0 victory over Falkirk. Stephen McManus scored the first with more than a suspicion of handball. After Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink had gone off, he was replaced by Sean Maloney, who was quite superb on his second debut for the club. And Samaras added goals 2 and 3, including his 50th senior goal.
Kick-off 12:30 early.
This was the first suspicion of handball. Seen to hit McManus' left arm on the way in. Maloney then got heavily involved, setting up Samaras for 2-0. And the same players worked in tandem for goal number 3. Allegedly should have stopped it, but it was the move of the game, and ultimately the defining blow. Sean Maloney quite superb, although there are injury problems now for Celtic. The absence of Scott McDonald and also Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, who went off with a gashed ankle. Gordon Strachan will be delighted with the play that his forwards show. Full time, Celtic 3, Falkirk 0.